Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me today, as this is going to be a very special edition of Allie's Vanity. Myself and Kristi from EarlyBirdVintage decided that we would do an eye look collaboration for you guys using our Sephora Disney Princess Ariel palette here. This is a very special collection of colors based on the movie The Little Mermaid that came out. This is a limited edition palette, and we decided that we loved it so much that we would have a really good time showing you a couple of eye looks. So our idea was to put together two looks with one palette, and one is going to be a daytime look and the other is going to be a more dramatic nighttime out on the town look. So today I am wearing the daytime look that I am going to show you how to recreate here in just a moment. But I just had to say thank you to Kristi for doing this with me. This has been a lot of fun, and it's actually extremely special because this is the first time that I have ever done a tutorial on my channel. So I hope that you guys enjoy. Please feel free to comment or leave your questions down below, and I hope you enjoy both of our looks. I will of course link Kristi's videos down below so you can check those out if you are interested in purchasing the Sephora Disney Princess Ariel palette. This palette is a limited edition and it is selling for $55. So if you're interested, take a look at Sephora's website, and we will be with you soon with our eye looks. Thanks and take care. Okay, so this is going to be the day look that I've created using the Sephora Disney Princess Ariel palette. So this is going to be the eye look that I'm going to be creating for you on this eye using strictly the Ariel palette and the Ariel palette alone. So what I have here is I've already primed my eye. This is a sample of Tarte's Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Eye Base. I do like to use this because I feel like it almost gives me a lighter base. It kind of takes away any discoloration on your eyelid itself. And then to get the edge here as sharp as I want to get it, I actually do use the little tape trick. So this is just regular tape. And I'm going to put it on my hand just one time and take it off so it takes a bit of the stickiness away. Just going to carefully make sure that that's under my eyelash, and I kind of want to follow where my brow ends and the corner of my eye ends. So that's kind of where I want to place the tape. Okay, so I've already primed my eye, and now we are going to be using the Ariel palette here. And the first color that I want to use, and I'm using kind of a fluffier brush here. This is, most of my eye brushes are from Stila. I've had them forever. I've had a lot of these since I was in high school, and they have lasted me just forever. These get washed about 2 to 3 times a week. I'm someone who always likes to keep my brushes clean, so they have lasted a long time. Okay, so for all over the lid, we're going to start with using Sebastian here, and Sebastian is kind of this matte peach color. And I have a mirror here right in front of the camera, so I make sure I can see what I'm doing while still remaining in the frame. And I'm just going to pat that on, and I want that to be pretty opaque. So I'm just going to dip into it 2 times here and just make sure it's all over the lid. You can go all the way up to the tape because the tape's going to keep that line nice and clean for you. Now I'm going to put that brush down, and I'm going to pick up a brush that I have from Tarte. I don't have a number on this one. It's just a dual-ended brush. There's a fluffier side and then a domed shaped side. So if you have a brush that's shaped like this, this is the one that I'm going to use. I'm going to dip the dome shaped brush into Les Poissons right here, this brownish color. This has shimmer to it, and I want to start putting some color onto my outer lid, and I'm going to lightly put that into the crease area there so you can start to see the shape that's starting to form, okay? And you can put your brush right on the tape because none of this is going to show up on your skin, and kind of sweep it inwards. And then I'm also going to take a little bit on the dome brush and put it into the inner corner as well, because I want my eye shape to have a little bit of dimension. I don't want that to be all matte peach colored. So you can see that this color is here on this side and then here on the inner corner, and I still have Sebastian just by itself right on the middle of the lid. And then I'm going to take another Stila brush. I think this is a number 33. This is a smaller dome brush, and I like this one a lot because it's a lot more firm. This one won't really, this one's going to deliver a little bit more of an intense color than a softer brush will. And we're going to go in with Ursula here, and it's this taupey gray brown kind of color. Again, some nice shimmer to that. And that is going to be our crease color. So I'm just going to work that back and forth into the crease just to give us some added dimension. You can even open your eye while doing this to make sure that your brush is staying right in the crease, right where you want it. Okay, so pretty simple. Now if you've gotten any over Sebastian and you want more of that peachy color to show up, you can go back over with that, but I think this looks pretty even, so I'm just going to keep it at that. Okay, and now for my brow highlight, I'm going to go into Seashells here. This is a Kat Von D brush. Again, I've had this for a long time, and I don't see a number on this one either. This one came with a set, and it's just a very fluffy blending brush. So we're going to go into Seashells, which is a very shimmery, light champagne color. And I'm just going to put that right under my brow here, just for a bit of highlight. And I'm going to just blend the very top of the Ursula color into Seashells, just so that that line is a little bit less defined, because as I said, this is a day look. This is something that I'd want to be able to wear going to the office or going out to run errands, wherever you want to go, with a more daytime look. Okay, so then for the liner, I am actually using for my top liner this color in Flotsam. This is a very shimmery, dark gray color. And on its own, I'm going to show you what it looks like just on its own here. And I'm just going to be using a slanted liner brush. And go right up to that tape and drag the line down. If you get a little bit of fallout on this, it's okay. Now, to intensify the liner, what you can do is use a mixing medium. This is what I'm going to be using. This is Pumpkin and Poppy's Foiled Again mixing medium. And you always want to give it a shake because it's a glycerin mix, so shake that up. And all I'm going to be doing is putting a tiny dot here on my hand. Tiny little dot, that's all you need. And I'm going to get that slanted tipped brush damp just a little bit. I'm going to dip it back into Flotsam. And that way it's a little bit of a darker pigment. I'm not worried about the lasting power applied dry. I just want it to be a little bit more of an intense black color. Okay, so that's my upper liner. And now I'm going to remove the tape. Really easy there. And you can see, got a little bit of fallout, but that comes off very easily. That this has given me a nice kind of cat-eyed shape here, very clean. Now what I can do, if this is too sharp of a line here from the end of your brow, you can just take a fluffy brush and kind of buff that out a little bit. It'll soften that line for you, and you won't really recognize that you have that sharp of a line. Okay. Now, for the bottom part, I really like this look a lot, but I'm someone who always likes to have color. So you can definitely stop here if this is enough of a look for you. But I have actually added a little bit of this green sparkly color in fins and a bit of Treasures Untold. That is what is in the inner corner of the lower lid here. So I'm going to add that for you guys so you can see what that looks like. And you can decide to add that or not. If you want to remain more in the neutral color, then you definitely can. And I'm going to take my mixing medium again. I'm going to put the top on it. Give it a little shake. You always want to make sure this is shaken up really well. I'm going to place it on my hand, just one little tiny drop. And then, where'd my brush go? I'm going to take another Kat Von D brush. This is a very firm domed brush. I like to use this for my lower lash line liner because it doesn't move around where it shouldn't be moving around. And I'm going to dip very lightly here into fins. And I just really want that concentrated on the top of the dome brush there. And I'm just going to kind of push the top of the brush into the skin there so that the color stays really nicely in one spot. There we go. So that gives it just a little bit of color there. And you can add as much as you want. You don't have to do this part at all, but I just like having a bit more color. And then if you want to have this meet the little wingtip here, you can definitely do that. There we go. And lastly, I'm going to take, this is another double-ended brush by Stila, but I'm only going to be using this end right here. I'm going to be dipping this into Treasures Untold. This is a beautiful shade because it looks white and sparkly, but it actually has kind of this duochrome pink to it. And again, I just want it on the very tip of the brush there, and this is going to go into the inner corner, and I want it to meet that green and blend into that color just a little bit. We're just doing this by tapping. Take a little bit more on the brush if you feel that more color is needed. And that's it for the palette. So now what I've done for the rest of the look is to just add a waterproof waterline eyeliner here. Just gonna put that on lightly. I haven't gone all the way to the end of the corner because again, day look, and I don't really want it to be too intense. And then lastly, I'm going to be putting on my mascara. Now I do use a non-indie. I've always used a non-indie mascara brand just because I wear contacts, I have sensitive eyes. I haven't found a brand that I particularly trust as far as mascara goes. So this is Benefit's Their Real Mascara, and it's just a sample size of it. It's lasted me a long time and I really like it. I know that the full size is around $22, which is quite a bit of money for a mascara, but this one gets all those tiny little hairs that are easy to miss, and I really like the fact that it volumizes my lashes, because I always feel like the bigger the lashes, the brighter and more awake your eyes will look. I swear that this actually gives you some extension as well. It's just, it's great mascara. I can't rave enough about this. The only problem that I have with it is taking it off, because it does tend to really want to stay on those lashes, even though it's not waterproof. So that is the day look. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope I made it easy enough to recreate this look. If you have any questions, then please feel free to leave them down below. And I will see you guys soon for the more dramatic look. All right, so talk to you soon. So I just wanted to give a little sneak peek as to the look that I created for the more dramatic and more evening tutorial. So here it is, by using more of the darker blues and purples. So I hope you enjoy, and here comes the tutorial. Okay, so we are going to start on our more dramatic look for a night out. So I am again going to apply my tape, and I have already applied my Tarte Smooth Operator eyeshadow base, so we won't get any creasing throughout the evening. And again, the easiest way to line up the tape is have it meet the bottom of your eyebrow and the outer corner of your eye. And again, I'm going to be taking my eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be using the domed side of the brush set. This is a Stila dual-sided eyeshadow brush, and again, I've had this for so long that the numbers have worn off, so I'm sorry that I don't know what number of brush this is, but I'm going to first dip into Unfortunate Souls here and get a good amount on the brush. I'm going to be putting this all over my lid. I want a very opaque color for this. This is sort of going to be my eyeshadow's base, so I want to make sure that I can't see any skin underneath that color. And I just want to blend that out evenly. And I just really want that all over the lid. Then I'm going to flip the brush over, and you can see that this is a more pointed, angled end. And I'm going to be dipping into this dark purple in Sea Witch. I'm going to be getting a good amount of color on there. And this is going to go right above Unfortunate Souls and into the crease. Go ahead and put the brush on the tape. Again, once you take the tape off, it'll be a nice clean line. And we just want to follow that shape. Make sure that's nice and dark. The idea is to be much more dramatic. Since Kristi is going for more of a dramatic look using the blues and the greens in this palette, I definitely wanted to use some of the purples, and I joked to her that using the purples probably makes me more of doing a look that's based on Ursula, but you know, it's kind of fun to think of doing a look based on the Disney villains, because sometimes they are just as cool as the heroes and heroines in the movie. So now I'm going to take another flat kind of shader brush, and I am going to go into this color, Jetsam. This is a very pretty, sparkly, dark gray, grayish green color. And this is going to go just right into the crease there. I just really want to make the crease stand out. And you can go back in again and apply a little bit more. I just want that to be very dark, because we're going to be putting a little bit of a highlight color onto the lid itself, and I kind of want that cut crease look. Okay, so once that is nicely blended, okay, now we're gonna have some fun. after looking at the movie and Ursula's eye color, what she has is all over the lid is pretty dark blue, and then all the way up to the arch here is purple. So that might be a little bit much for anybody who's not dressing up for Halloween, but I do want to add a bit of that blue into the look. So I'm going to take a very fluffy blending brush because I don't want a very intense blue. I just want to add a bit of a wash to it, to the lid here. So I'm going to put my brush very lightly into Blue Lagoon, and I'm just going to pick up a little bit of color on that, and then I'm going to lightly pat that onto the Unfortunate Souls color that I originally had down on the lid. So now the purple has a more bluish cast to it. Now for the fun part. This can be optional. You don't have to do this part, but I think it's very fun for a night out. I'm going to take another kind of fluffy shader brush, and I am going to mist it with my MAC Fix Plus. I've had this forever. I swear this bottle, I'm never gonna run out of this stuff. I'm gonna make sure that the brush is nice and moist from that spray, and I am going to take the color Your Voice, because you can't have an Ursula inspired look without using this color. That's what her character was all about, stealing voices. And I'm gonna take this brush and I'm going to pat it now onto the blue. You might get a little bit of fallout, but this is the reason why I want to use this a bit damp, and it's just going to give you some sparkle to that bluish purple lid that you have there. And you can add more to this if you want to, or you can totally skip this part if it's something that you don't care for, but I really just kind of like that sparkle. And then I take the same brush that I put Blue Lagoon on, I don't add any more, and I just kind of press that back on, because we do want that blue to stand out a bit. Okay, now for the brow highlight, I'm going to take a very fluffy brush and put that into Sick of Swimmin'. It looks white in the pan, but actually it has a very nice kind of bluish green duochrome to it. And I'm just going to put that right under the eyebrow and onto the brow bone. I don't really want to blend a lot of this dark purple color out because I want the look to be dark. And you can actually put Sick of Swimmin' kind of followed down into the inner corner there, so you have a bit of highlight. Okay? All right, so now onto liner. I'm going to take an angled brush here, and I like this one. This is a Kat Von D because it's very firm. And again, I'm going to go into a Jetsam, this color right here that we used on the crease. And I'm going to start on the tape. I'm going to put the tip of this brush right where the crease color is. I'm going to make sure that the tape is sticking down there really good. And I want to start my cat-eyed liner shape pretty high. We're going for dramatic, so the wing is going to be starting a little bit further up. Okay, and then I'm going to take a little bit of Fix Plus with the brush, because now that I have kind of a layout of where I want that liner, I'm going to put my dampened brush back into Jetsam and make sure that that is nice, dark, and noticeable. Again, you might get some fallout with this color, and it'll just brush right off. And what you can't brush off, then just go ahead and use some concealer if you have already put down your face makeup. So I'm going to take the tape off, and you can see the nice line that's left. I'm going to take some Sick of Swimmin' and I'm going to lightly just kind of buff out that really sharp color there. Okay. All right, and now for the bottom lash line, I'm going to take my domed brush. This is the more firm brush, and I'm going to go into Caspian Sea, and I just want that right on the tip of the brush so that I don't get it all over the lower lash line. I just want it right up to the lashes. I'm going to go a little bit more than halfway under the eye, and then I'm just going to take some of the color, just make sure that most of the color is off that brush, and I'm going to dip back into Sick of Swimming again, just with the tip of the brush, and that is going to finish up the under eye look. I want that to meet the Caspian Sea color, and there you go. Just even this guy out a little bit more. All right, and I believe that is that for the palette. Now again, I'm going to take my waterproof waterline eyeliner and just fill that in, and this time I'm going to go all the way into the inner corner because we want it to look nice and dramatic. And then I'm going to add again my Benefit They're Real mascara to my lashes and make sure that these guys stand out for nighttime. You can choose to add lashes if you would like. I actually certainly would if we were going out someplace special. This would be an absolutely fun look. All right, so that is it. To do the lips, what I used was my Lime Crime Retrofuturist lipstick, and over the top of that I put some of my NYX Butter Gloss in Cherry Pie, and lightly with the gloss, just a little bit in the middle, and that was it. So that is the more dramatic evening look. I hope you guys have really enjoyed this video. Please feel free to go over and view Kristi's looks. I can't wait for you to see those, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.